Wow. Oh. Alright. Boom. The 5 of them don't fit in a box, so that's already minus 1 point in comparison to Funko plushies. But let's get into this. What up? Boom. Also, I know I said I wasn't going to post any videos until the Fnaf plush movie, but since I have given myself more time to make the characters, the human characters, if you missed that post, go check it out, which I still need to order the fabric for and stuffing. I will be reviewing or posting some reviews in, well, the birthday stream coming this weekend if you're, well, yeah, yeah. But let's get into the video. The new jazwares, freaking. Let's just get into this and review them one at a time. Starting off, we have jazwares Freddy Fazbear, who is actually let's get into it. Okay, he's a pretty decent size. The hat, I like the hat and the bow tie. I like the squishy noses. I mean, he looks pretty good for how he is, but the squishy noses, I like that because well, the hard noses that everyone else does, more accurate, but the squishy ones are more cuddly. This guy, apparently his eyes glow in the dark, but I just got him literally today, so I don't know about that yet. He is very soft. Like, I like this material a lot more than Funko's. He's got a beanie butt. Here, wait, hold on. You hear that? That kind of looks like he's got a tail from this angle. Very squishy. Actually, a lot more squishy than Funko. But let's compare him to the Funko plushie. Starting off with the eyes. Of course, I always love the out eyes, but not only does this glow in the dark, which is an extra freaking bonus point I'm going to give it, but also these are straight compared to mine here. Like I said, the nose, the hat's definitely better. I mean, like, this is iconic, but this is a softer, smoother material that feels nice when you brush it, not when you rub it, though. And it's just, this is definitely winning in this part of the hat, but I think mine's just bent like that. Color, I'm going to give it to this one. I like the brownish orange. I like this color. That's what I feel like Toy Freddy looks like. This one, very, like, a lot more limited. Like, but this one's like, it's just so much easier to move around. So, the arms, these ones are bulkier, if you want to say that, but definitely, you got more movement than, so, let's see, I'm gonna give this one a 10. Yeah, it's a pretty good plush. Of course, this one will always freaking remain iconic, but if you're starting off with new plush tubing, I do suggest you getting these if you want easier and better movements, because, well, these will always be iconic to plush tubing, but these are definitely going to give you better movements, because like, look what I can do with this, and then compare that to Funko. Yeah, like that one just doesn't feel as good to move my fingers with. So yeah, 10 here. I'm not going to rate this because, well, we've had these for a while and there's no point in rating it. Next up, Bonnie the Bunny. Okay, so I don't like the forehead. I think it's a little too big. Like, I feel like the eyes are tiny. The nose is kind of small. No bunny tail. That's already a point off. In comparing the jazwares plushies. I like the bow tie, though. It's not as soft as you think it is, but I do like the design and the color. I like the coloring a lot better. But just let's compare that to Funko's Bonnie. Yeah, I think it's already obvious who's the clear winner here. Now, this one definitely wins in the softness. Funko Bonnie's just the colors. I mean, I like the colors of this one. I like it a lot. But this one's always just got iconic coloring. This one's definitely got a better bow tie. The eyes, even though these go in the dark, which always will be an added point to these plushies. The tail. Where's his tail? No tail. There's no tail. Of course, actually, this one I didn't realize, but this one's a bit more restrained to what Freddy can do. But and then Bonnie's just like, yeah, I can look how much faster I can do with Bonnie or Funko's Bonnie than this one. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 6. And I like the plush. It's just this one's Wolverine, some freaking superior 24/7 all the time. Okay, yeah, come on. Next up, we have Chica. Now, actually, let's start off with this plush. I like it's very reminiscent of the Sanchi plushie, but the Sanchi plushie is very reminiscent, they're meant to be the in-game plushies, minus some recently here, like the Spring Trap and Plush Trap Wave. What the frick was that? But okay, I like the arms. This one's definitely got way more movement than Bonnie does. The bib's nice, like the bib. Cupcake, already an added point. The beak, the face, yeah. No chicken, like no orange feet, and the stomach is a brighter yellow, which isn't how Chica looks in game, but that is how her plushie looks, which is what this is based on. And comparing that to Funko's Chica, I mean, this one's definitely, you got like a easier, it feels easier to squish, doing that. But face, this one's gonna win, even though the beak might be a little bit better because this one kind of looks like a duck, but this one's way better. This one's definitely more accurate to how the game is, like the animatronic, because it doesn't have this one's got the brighter, this one does not, and it's got the orange feet, which this one does not. But I'm gonna give this plushie an 8. It's better than this. Why she's so angry, dude. And well, yeah, Carl, freaking, and he's cute too. Better than what? This is what you would see in like a U2's freaking, like the art versus the actual blush. Okay, anyways, next we have Foxy. Now this is gonna be, okay, listen. Foxy was my very first ever Fnaf plush, which is now Zoated, unfortunately, but I did get a replacement. And let's compare the two, because, well, Foxy's always gonna have a special place in my heart, and it's not my original one. That one's custom now, which was meant to be Glam Rock Foxy, so you know how bad I am at customs. But comparing the two, let's start off with this. I do like the colors. Still, unlike, it's a bit more limited, but unlike Bonnie, it's not as limited. The eye patch. Now, I don't exactly know what the embroidered eye patch is about, but I kind of like it, kind of don't. The eye, I like how it's bigger. The teeth, they're very hard to notice, but they're definitely better than the flaps. No hook, unfortunately. That would have been added bonus points. In cuteness, this is definitely, the cuteness for sure. The freckles are a lot less noticeable. Squishy nose. But let's compare it to Funko's here. Eye patch out, eye out. Teeth more noticeable, along with the freckles being more noticeable. Color scheme, still good. But there is one thing. Like, seeing this, you can think of like a younger childlike voice for a character such as Foxy, and it would go with this plushie. Meanwhile, go listen to Mario Muffet Adventures, Foxy's voice, you're just gonna like hear that every time you see it. But I'm gonna give this plushie a 9. I like it. Of course, always gonna be better, but it's still a good plush. I wish I had a hook. And finally, from who I have, the puppet. I don't know how I feel about this plush. Here, let's get Funko's puppet. Now, in the head shape, or just the head, this one, I'll always like this one better, even though this one did go for because the actual puppet's head shape would go down and then got these like outward cheeks. This one's just a full mask. Even though I do like this one better. I know. Why is he got two cars as eyes about to vroom, and then this is the banana. This mouth is a banana. I do like the body a lot better than this one. I like the arms; they're more movable. Yeah, like head nods. You have to do that, but that one. Like I said, I like the arms; they're more movable, and the ribbons are way more noticeable. The buttons are definitely better than this because I can't even get it on camera. In fact, actually, he barely even has buttons. Like these look way more like buttons. There's nothing really to the back other than beanie butt. But yeah, I don't know if this one glows. It'd be cool if the mask glowed, but I don't know. But let's do this glow in the dark thing. Give me a minute. I'm probably gonna have to put him under a light. All right. So for Freddy, let's turn off the light here. Well, he hasn't absorbed too much light, but it's a very faint glow right now. You could see the left one glowing on camera, or that one, his right one, but our left. Hold on. I'm gonna let it absorb the light a little bit. All right, let's see. Like I said, very faint glow, but yet again they haven't. The other thing actually cut out, but for the puppet, I don't think it's gonna glow, but I'll tell you if it is. But like I said, they haven't absorbed much light, so faint glow. But let's go. Yeah, it's not glowing. And that is it for the jazwares part of the video. I will be reviewing 3 more plushies because I feel like I didn't review them well enough in the short they were in, which was they're the X-Mart plushies. But do I recommend these? Yeah. Okay. Like these 3 specifically, but yet again, you have to get the full wave. I'll be hopefully getting Nightmare on soon, and hopefully the jumbo version of this guy. If I remember, I will post later what they look like glowing in the dark. After they have actually absorbed light, because, well, they haven't absorbed too much light recently. I don't know if Carl's eyes glow, but, that'd be cool. Puppet did not glow, but it is what it is. I don't think they were going to do the white in the eyes. But if they do just security puppet, perfect, okay? If you're doing security puppet, take this, get rid of the tears, make it white, add dots in the eyes, so that way when it glows in the dark, it would glow green, unless it'd be like security puppet, or, make them green dots, and it'll just glow more green, like, come on, X-Mart, or not X-Mart, Jazwares. Are they better than the Funko plushies? It's hard to say. I know I didn't give that one a rating. I kind of think I forgot. But it's a 5 out of 10. The body's good. Head, it's a potato. But now for the X-Mart plushies to review. I totally forgot the box too. I don't know what the 8 plush is. I don't know what's meant to say it holds 8 plushies. So unless you stack them, like it's not holding 8 plushies unless you stack them on top of each other. And I don't know if they're 8 inches. Yeah, glowing eyes, which I'll hopefully remember to post about later. Side art, back art. Definitely an improvement than Funko's boxes. I mean, they were cool, but the backs would always come off, though they are quite small. Okay, Jazwares. I want to fit the entire way. I want to fit this guy, these 4, and Nightmare on in the wave. And, well, so maybe if you're releasing a wave of 6, make it big enough to have 6 plushies. It's like, room for 2 more. But that is it for the Jazzware stuff. I don't. I'll hopefully be getting the other two. You know, Nightmare U and then U when you release sometime in October. The big U, I should say. Are they worth it? Yeah. I mean, I'd say the price, but the plushies, you know, they're really good. I am excited for the FNAF 2 ones. You know, Mangle looks amazing. Balloon Boy actually looks good, even though I hate the character. The plush looks good of him. And yeah, let's get into the X-Mart, though. Alright, the X-Mart plush. I'm going to start off plushies, and I'm going to start off with Nightmare Fredbear here. Where do I even begin? The detail is insane. The hat. I love the hat, okay? Just look at this. The arms are very stiff. It's actually, in trying to film with quality, I'd say not the best. He's got very limited movement, because he's super stiff. But in detail and embroidery, it's just freaking 10. I'm gonna do Nightmare Chica next. The same thing, very limited because it's very stiff, but it's so good, dude. Okay, they went for the wide eye though, even though you might see it's blue. I don't know. I don't like how I feel like you could have just, you know, completed that. Well, I did the same thing for Nightmare Fredbear, but yet again, it might have not been the best idea. Now, Nightmare here. This is not the first plushie we are to get of him. In fact, that would be this one, which I would now consider like a Fnaf World Adventure Time Nightmare, comparing to him. I mean, just look at it. You know, Fnaf World Nightmare. But, you know, just black version of Nightmare Fredbear with yellow, and looks really good. Of course, this one always holds a special place in my heart for looking amazing, but, you know, this one's really good too. Actually, it is better, but, you know, still. Are they worth it? I mean, the price, if you get them on a discount or sale or something, definitely. But the price normally, thankfully I got mine for, I don't even know how much % off, but I did when I ordered them. But yeah, and those are the plushies, and goodbye.